Hi, it's Coach Paul Curtin with Grandmasters Endurance, and this is a short overview of the USA Multisport Festival coming up this weekend in Muncie, Indiana. This is for my athletes doing the race, as well as anyone else who's interested in hopefully learning a little bit about the course and maybe how to approach the race. So let's start on the Three Disciplines website. Here's the page, USA Multisport Festival, and we'll start with general information on the race. It's in the Muncie, Indiana area. They actually have several events. There are six or more different events. My athletes are focused on this half distance event, half Ironman distance, which starts at 8:30. And a couple of things for the athletes to be aware of. There are a couple of anomalies on the website that say, as an example here, it says that the event starts at 8:30, but even a little bit farther down, it says that the half Iron athletes would be in the water at 7:45. So be mindful of that. Be sure you check that before you go to the event. So let's take a look at the course information. It's the same course that if you have raced at Muncie before, whether through Three Disciplines or through Ironman or even dating back to the Muncie Endurathon, it's in that same area. Swim in the same body of water, you bike and run on the same roads. Let's start by looking at the swim map. The other anomaly to be aware of is this swim map that's on the web page shows a swim course that goes down out a little bit down south to a turnaround and then back up north. So in this scenario, you would have the sun. This is the east side, so you'd have the sun to deal with on the way down and the way up, depending on which side you breathe. If you're a bilateral breather or can breathe on both sides, you can turn your head to the right on the way down south and then turn your head to the left on the way back north and avoid the sun. There is another section on the course, though, that if I open up a course map, and let me find that real quick. That's this course map, that if I click on this swim area, it shows the swim course being what I remember is the old Muncie Ironman 70.3 course when I did it in, I think it was 2016 that I raced that course. So it goes out to the west, a couple of turns to make the distance, and then comes back into the transition area. So be mindful of which course you'll be on come race day. So coming out of the swim, the transition area in here, you will start on the bike going north on that south 560 East Road. And let's take another look. Let's take a look at transition 1. Not much detail in this map. Let's go to the bike course and take a quick look at that. Now the bike course for the half distance is going to be 4 loops. And it's an interesting course because they made it a 20K course basically for the Olympic and the sprint. But to make for the half distance, they added this little leg here, which is an out and back leg that the half distance athletes will do 4 times. So you'd start the bike coming north, you would do this little turnaround here, then make the right turn, and then continue on to the loop. It does show that there will be some type of a transition area here for water bottles. I don't know what the setup is. If you need to bring your own hydration, I don't know if they'll let you put out water bottles, but make sure you check on that. Because typically for a half distance athlete that's going to do that course in 2.5 to 3 hours, that could be 5 to 6 bottles of water depending on your weight and depending on how warm it is that day. So one last point on this course. I want you to be careful of this section here where we do the turnaround and we're coming back south to make this right turn. What you're going to have out there on Saturday is other athletes starting the Olympic or the sprint or other distances, and they'll be coming north and making this left turn. So I trust that they'll have it coned off and safe. And you probably won't see this for your first lap because nobody else will be in the have started yet. But for your second and your third and your fourth laps, when you make this right turn onto whatever that road is, 222 south perhaps, be very mindful of that. Be very careful. Yield to people making the left, because remember, they're going to be just getting on their bikes and perhaps not paying attention to everything on the road yet. Okay, now let's take a look at the run course. Okay, so let's take a look at the run course. This is on the, it's a Google map type that shows our run course. And I tend to think that this may not be correct because it shows the run course going down south and making a right turn on this road. But on the other run course that's shown here, you can see it shows the run taking a little jog onto these trails that look a little friendlier than being on the roads. And so from what I can tell, all of the runs are out and back, that the half distance is going to continue. This map doesn't show it, but the half distance appears to go all the way out to about here, where this purple line ends. So you'll do basically 6.55 to this turnaround and turn around and come back. So the only thing to be mindful on the run course is going to be you will be sharing that course with the bikers. The bikers will be presumably in the right lane, and you'll be in the your right lane running out and back in the same lane. So it shouldn't be too much of a difficult course. Let me close with a couple of final points on the race itself, including the weather. Okay, and let's look at the weather for Muncie, Indiana on Saturday. Looks like a beautiful day. 52 to start the race, very comfortable. Assuming you're on the bike around 9 o'clock or 9:30, it's going to be in the 56 to 61. I know for me that means arm warmers, most likely. And I would probably do the whole bike leg with arm warmers, but whatever you're comfortable with, whatever you're used to riding with, I don't think you need to overdress because it is going to warm up. But you don't want to be cold at the start where you can't feel your arms and your fingers and things like that. So be mindful of that. The wind is going to be from the southeast. So you're going to see that when you're going north on the bike course, you'll have it at your back. So you'll go faster than normal. You'll feel it coming back. But also on the run, as you're doing that run leg out and heading north, you'll have the wind at your back. So when you get to the turnaround, you may have to come back into a little bit of a wind. Just be mindful of that. Take that into account. So it's an early season race, and I hope you execute to your plan, make the race goals that you set for yourself, and have a great day out there. Thanks, everybody.